Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So I want to talk about Vigilius, I want to talk about Abbadon, and I want to talk about the Blood Angels. Because where are the Blood Angels? Where is the Lord Commander of the northern parts of the Imperium? Where is Dante? Because it's Dante and Abbadon which are bounded by fate. They are the sons of their fathers, and they are iconic sons of their fathers. So let's jump in and let's have a little discussion. So Abbadon has returned. The Black Legion has thrust itself back into the galaxy once again, and they are heading to Vigilus, and I personally think that they will take Vigilus. I think Vigilus will be in the hands of the War Master. This is just one planet in countless billions in the galaxy, and the full force of the Black Legion, it seems, is aimed at this one planet. Last time they did that, a planet broke in half. They broke the planet, and that planet was Cadia, and that didn't have the defensives which Vigilus now has. So I really can't see Vigilus standing as hard, as fast, as long as Cadia did. As much as I'm an Imperial fanboy, as much as I would love the Imperium to knock Abbadon's teeth out, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it's actually going to be a massacre. I think Calgar and Abbadon are going to have some kind of showdown. I think Calgar is not going to die, but he's going to be beaten to a pulp in some kind of way. He's probably only going to make it out by the skin of his teeth, and then Abbadon sticks his sword into the planet and says, right, this is ours now, we've claimed it. The Black Legion has come, and you are defeated. You could make the argument saying like, well, Abbadon basically nearly got defeated by Celestine, he's not that powerful, yada yada yada. I normally put stuff like that down to basically plot armor and writing stuff to make the narrative of a story go in a certain direction. When I look at Abbadon, I see Abbadon as the most powerful enemy of the Imperium. Yes, you can put all the demonic Primarchs into the bag, but at the end of the day, they are demonic Primarchs. They are hindered by their demonicness, if that makes sense. Abbadon doesn't have that hindrance. He is free to roam, free to purge, free to kill in his name and no one else's name. He is not bound to any god. So for me, that's what makes him more powerful than the rest of the characters in Warhammer 40,000 on the enemy side of things. Now, we've discussed before about Rebute being the only one that could stand against him, and I think I was a bit premature saying he could only stand against him, because I personally think there is another who can stand against him, and I think it would be a bit more iconic if he stood against him. Rebute, as powerful he is, as much as a Primarch he is, I'd think it'd be very, very good if they had some kind of dialogue, Abbadon explaining that he's come, Guilliman standing fast and saying, well, I've come for the Imperium, all that kind of cool stuff. But I think when it comes to an actual battle, an actual fight, the person who I would like to fight Abbadon to the death, maybe, is Dante, because he is an iconic son. He is basically, I'm not going to say he's Sanguinius reborn, but he is in a form a kind of Sanguinius reborn. If you look at him as a character, he's wearing the death mask of Sanguinius. He's got that golden armor like Sanguinius. When you look at him as a character, people see Sanguinius, even though he's not officially Sanguinius. And of course, if you take that approach with Abbadon as well, people say that Abbadon is basically Horus's clone. There's debate about Abbadon being Horus's clone. I think it was in the Black Legion book where it was Kaon saying, "Are you Horus?" and stuff like that, because he was so memorized. He looked like Horus because he was so big, bulky, and that's where the debate comes from. That. So when these two characters get together, it's basically a rematch of Sanguinius and Horus on the Vengeful Spirit. But before we get to that point, we need to discuss on how the Blood Angels are going to arrive. If you haven't been following the story so far, the Blood Angels are basically in the northern parts of the Imperium, with a great rift splitting the Imperium in half. Rebute Guilliman made Dante basically the Lord Commander of the northern sector of the Imperium. If I'm not mistaken, in the book Plague Wars, by I think it's Guy. Is it Guy Hyler? Is it? I think it's Guy. Excuse me if it's not Guy. But in that book, Guilliman sent a message to Dante. Now, I'm thinking that message is in part to basically, Dante, we need you. We need the Blood Angels. Come to me ASAP, or go to a certain place ASAP. And I think that certain place is going to be Vigilus. You can always make an argument about who are the Black Legion's greatest foes, I would probably say the Blood Angels, simply down to the whole Sanguinius and Horus thing with, you know, Abbadon and Dante. They maybe want vengeance. I know that doesn't really make sense because the Black Legion is not really full of Sons of Horus. It's not like a full Sons of Horus Legion. It's, you know, Death Guard, Emperor's Children, World Eaters, all that kind of stuff. But for me, I would say the biggest thorn in the Black Legion side would be the Blood Angels. They have the butcherness, if that makes sense, the butcheriness to go in and carve out a big chunk of their forces. They have that eliteness, that skill with a blade, that ferocity to really match the Black Legion. That's basically what I'm trying to say. They are the boys who could probably stand against them. Of course, I'm an Imperial Fist fanboy, but we haven't really got that ferocity of the Blood Angels. That is where they come into their own. So let's say, for example, I'm just playing this out in my mind at the moment. Abbadon takes Vigilius. He's about to maybe put like the killing blow into a certain sector. Maybe Calgar's fallen back into a certain hive sitter. The Black Legion are surrounding it. There's no way out. Death is basically about to come to all the defenders of Vigilius inside a certain hive sitter. Then all of a sudden the skies light with fire, and the Blood Angels, the Sons of Sanguinius, descend onto the battlefield. It's basically like the Ride of the Rohirrim. It's like Helm's Deep. It's the Pelennor Fields, but instead of horses and Rohirrim, it's Blood Angels and drop pods. And they smash into the lines. They start butchering, killing. That gives the people inside the hive city, like Calgar, renewed faith. They charge out, and it becomes like this huge, massive brawl. Vigilius is not indeed lost. There's still a fight to take Vigilius in the Imperium's name. Now, when it comes to Dante fighting Abbadon, you can probably do this a million ways. I think everyone will have their own kind of way of how they want it to go down, what will happen, who wins, who dies, all that kind of stuff. For me, I would love something along like this, right? So try and picture this in your mind. You basically have Dante and Abbadon. They're alone on the Vengeful Spirit. Say their honor guard are all dead, everyone's dead around them and stuff like that. And it's just Dante and Abbadon. They're in the throne room where Sanguinius and Horus fought each other. They have this nice little battle, and then all of a sudden Dante gets knocked down to the ground. He gets knocked down. You think he's dead. He's on the ground. He's bleeding. And then all of a sudden, Dante stands up, and Abbadon looks into his eyes, and Dante's eyes are black, just completely black. And the only words that utter out of his mouth is, "Why did you betray us, Horus? Why did you betray the Imperium?" And it's basically Dante has given in to the Black Rage, and it's no longer Dante versus Abbadon. It's Sanguinius versus Horus. He's reliving the moments of his father one last time, and it's back into the place where it all happened. It's back on the place of the Vengeful Spirit, in the exact same place where his father died and where Horus was slain by the Emperor. Now, I don't think they'll ever do something as dramatic as that, because they probably want to keep Abbadon alive, and they probably want to keep Dante alive forever, because these guys sell models. They're part of the IP massively. But for a rule of cool, I think if Dante was to go out, then he should go out in a badass way, just like that. But that's my personal opinion, and I think I don't know why it just puts a smirk on my face just seeing Dante giving himself to the Black Rage, and he's no longer Dante. He is actually Sanguinius in that moment, and he's actually fighting Horus instead of fighting Abbadon. Probably won't even come down to Vigilius in some kind of ways, because there's been a lot of hints that Dante is supposed to be this golden figure who stands in front of the Emperor and defends him one last time, apparently against Abbadon. So is Abbadon actually going to make it to Terra? Is he actually going to complete his goal? We don't really know. Maybe that is like 40k end times, end game type of scenario. But for now, I really wish the Blood Angels would get involved in some kind of way. I'm sure in Vigilus Book 2, which is out in a week, maybe there's going to be some kind of mentions of the Blood Angels entering, or maybe after the Vigilus campaign has ended and then moving on to the next part of the story, whatever that be, that's when the Blood Angels are going to come in and maybe get some revenge and retribution and all that kind of stuff. Alright chaps, thank you for watching this video once again. If you've got any feedback at all, like how would you like the Blood Angels to come in? Do you think Dante is the guy to fight Abbadon? Who would you like to win? How would you like the fight to go down? Leave it all in the comment section below and we can have a nice little fun chat about it down there. I definitely do think the Blood Angels will get involved very, very soon. When that's going to be, how it's going to be, it's basically up to anyone. We can all take our guesses. I've labelled my guesses. Let me hear yours down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit. Have a great day and bye-bye.